Hello humans and other people, welcome back. Today we are on Truth. Do you want your play to look like this? Or more like this? Alrighty, so we're going to start in the bases today. Few jumps to make movement more efficient for you. Usual way of getting up to the car attic is just a simple jump clamber, but you needn't clamber. You can just jump on this little weird hoof thing, and if I do it in one fluid motion rather than in a weird stuttery thing, you just jump up, no clamber, and you are straight away ready for a gunfight. Same obviously with the attic. Ta-da! There's also a rather cheeky way of getting up into the car attic. You can run up this pillar here, sprint up it, and then jump crouch up into that part of the attic there. Just like that. Same with P side. Boom. Before we move on to the bottom of the base, a couple of jumps that are very similar to some ones on Regret. To start with, you just want to sprint at this P attic window pillar thing and thrust. Ooh. Secondly, you want to aim for this car attic top base window pillar, sprint right there and then thrust. Ooh. Those are just a couple of little quality of life things up in the top of the base there. Here in the bottom of the base, you've obviously got the bubble. You can stabilise up on that there. But an even more snazzy jump. You can jump crouch right from the toilet up to the top of the base without spring jumping or clambering. So what you want to do is you want to sprint to start with, and you want to jump off this, the highest part of the toilet, which is just about there by that light, and then jump crouch, marginally pushing yourself against there as you crouch, and you should end up on the top of red base. You might know this, but if you don't, you can jump crouch onto the Eli here. You do have to clamber to the top of the P attic, however. So to cut that out completely, you can run up the side here, and then just a nice little jump crouch up into the attic. Voila! Got a rather snazzy jump for you right now at the bottom of the base. This is fantastic for if you're being chased and you want to get away quickly to an unbeknown spot to the enemy. You've got a car attic window right up there, and you've got this lovely surface right here. And just the same as on Regret, you can sprint and thrust at it, stabilise clamber, and you'll end up there. Ooh, perfect! Finally, at the bottom of the base, just outside the base, you can stabilise jump up to the window, or merely jump crouch clamber up to the window. Alright, let's move on to P1, P2, P3, all that kind of stuff now. I want to start out with Camo. Traditionally out the base I've always sprinted, jumped, thrust, slide, naded, and then slid towards Camo, grabbed it, hid behind the pillar, and then maybe thrust it out that way. And either I get it really quickly, or someone burns it, and at least I know the time. A new strat that I would love to begin to employ, and you might too, is to do similarly. Sprint, slide, jump out the base, maybe throw a pre-nade, and then to thrust jump off the P pillar up here, and then look at the angle you've got straight away. Maybe you need to send a pre-nade to top mid there to stop anyone aggressing you who's jumped top mid, or think about window. But you've got a great angle in anyone coming out Eli. And so for anyone who is plat or diamond, a lot of people just tend to bomb out of the Eli and go for the Camo. And from here, you've got an incredibly advantageous angle from which to aggress them. So how do you do this jump? You basically sprint at that pillar and you thrust. Makes it sound easy, doesn't it? You don't want to be aiming for there, actually. You want to kind of aim for in line with there, and then do a stabilised clamber at the top, and you pretty much get up every time. Check out this Camo escape. Ooh, it's so good because straight away you're out of an area that people usually nade. And it's a very similar jump to what I just showed you a minute ago. You're just hitting the pillar from a slightly different angle. Just like so. Let's say you've got Camo and you want to be an absolute sneaky cheeky mare. Well, like on Regret, you can get up to that spot there and sit in it, which would be weird if you didn't have camo, but with camo you can get a lot of information and get the drop on some unsuspecting foes. So you want to clamber up here, or just jump crouch, and then jump clamber up here, and sit up here with your camo. Ooh, look at those angles. Just lovely. Another awesome jump around the E-light area. You might have seen pros like Bound do it, and you essentially want to thrust off that area there. You want to sprint, and then you want to jump, and on the way down from your jump you want to thrust. That's when you want to hit it, on the way down and then thrust. There's a kill barrier up here, but if you move back further down, you will find an area without a kill barrier. Ooh. And it's just such a great place to sit. I mean, imagine if you had camo up here and a carbine or a green gun like that. You'd just be devastating. It's not somewhere that people pre-aim, and maybe it's somewhere as well that would be good if you're just wanting to get away from an encounter, you want to escape. People aren't going to expect this. You can also thrust off this and achieve a rather different outcome. Oh yes. You just want to sprint at it and thrust about there. Another amazing jump you can do is you can sprint up this area here. I don't know if you knew how far you could sprint up it. Like I'm about halfway up there, but if you sprint around here and then jump, you can clamber. So no thrust required. Just like that. When attacking an enemy base, you don't just have to sit there, you can sit right in there, much deeper, and rather than have to jump into this corner like this, maybe making you a little bit easier to see, from this level here you can just sprint up into this area here, and you're quite hard to nade. In addition, you've got a rather lovely route straight up to P3, no clambering or jumping involved whatsoever. We have made it to P2, people, and we've got a pretty cool little line of sight thing for you right here. Let's say you've been in an engagement with someone on the P street, around the P area, and you're both one shot, whatever, they've backed down. You can re-challenge from an incredibly unexpected angle. You just push yourself into this wall at the back right here, and you can see almost under the E-line right there. And see a lot of that kind of base, P door, and like under E-line ramp. Back to the bases for a moment. I want to touch on some lighting. See, above the bases, there and there, in what looks like a very strange looking face with a weird nose and a giant mouth, and yeah, these lights actually come on when you go in a base. Watch this. And then they go off when you or someone else comes out of a base. Same deal for P1, P2, P3. And what do you know? It's the same for carbine. So you never have to struggle again to know whether there is an enemy in P1, P2, P3, or in one of the bases, or in Car 1 or Car 2. Bit of bonus information for you there. We're on Red Bend now, we're moving towards carbine. Many of you probably know about the double clamber you can do, 1, 2, and then you jump into the window. That's great, but it's a bit slow. So if you are in an encounter with someone in base, you can always sprint and thrust, stabilise, and end up in the window like that. And you get out of the situation a lot quicker, and you can also re-challenge a lot quicker too. We're at Carbine 2 right now, and to start with, a very small little tip of just a place you can hide just here. And it's really nice. They can't see you when they're coming up the other ramp, and it's just somewhere useful where you can recharge your shields and re-challenge from. But onto some more exciting jumps at Carbine now. First one, what you want to do is you want to sprint to start with, and then you want to jump, and pretty much straight after you've jumped, you want to be thrusting about there. And you will end up flying up there, And you can stand up there briefly, and you can't really move, or you can get a decent ground pound off on someone right there. And you will entirely ruin their day. So cool. Another cheeky little thing, you can move quite far back in this lift. Right down here. And you can really surprise someone if they're coming from, in this instance, Blue Bubble. Before I leave you with another amazing jump, we're going to talk about some quick, easy ways you can get off of car 1, bottom front car, up to car 2. First of all, from the inside kind of area of car 1 here, you can jump clamber up there, and you don't want to be thrown over there. You want to really slide up this part here. Just like that. On the blue side, you definitely want to jump crouch, and you want to aim for about there. Very nice. Really cool now. If you sprint directly at that little kind of gully there and thrust just before you hit it, you'll fly straight up to Carbine 2. Voila. Same on the blue side. I'm at the bottom of Blue Bend here, and you just want to do a jump, crouch, stabilize, jump, crouch, clamber. And exactly the same at red. Boom. While we're here, bottom middle, I might as well just show you another jump. There you go. And what you do is you just sprint at this central thing, and you just thrust, literally no other buttons, thrust as you're sprinting, about there. And then you will shoot up, your head will bump on that, and you'll pop back down just about here. And before I show you the final jump, slick bit of movement for you. Let's say you're in a gunfight with someone, car 2, you top middle, you want to back down quickly, you can very easily re-challenge. And they probably won't be looking this way because they thought you went down. Alright guys, if you've made it this far, thank you, you're about to see an amazing jump. This one will be incredibly useful for CTF. Very simply, you want to sprint and jump and thrust from about this angle, hitting about there, and you want to connect your jump and thrust very quickly. So damn cool. Whew. Big shout out to the boy from Swansea, Legend 6 for that one. Thank you guys so much for watching. That has been Truth. If you liked or learned anything in this video, please smash the like button and please subscribe as well. That would be amazing. And if you would like to find out more tips and jumps on all of the Slayer maps, then please click the bottom left icon over there. That's a link to the playlist of all of the videos I've done on all of the Slayer maps. So hopefully that will help you. Anyway guys, thank you so much again for watching. Hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.